Good morning everyone. Today I am going to teach you the chapter development. Now, what is the meaning of development? When there is any positive change taking place in the life of a person or the country, then it is called development. Now, different people have different developmental goal in their life. Now, different people have different aims, different goal. For an example, someone wants to become engineer, doctor, civil servant, teacher, etc. So, different people have their different goals. Again, I will take the example of Adivasi. Adivasis in the Narmada Valley may be no construction of dams. Now, they don't want any kind of construction of dams near Narmada Valley because they are living over there. They are doing the work of agriculture. That's why they don't like to make any kind of dams over there. Sometimes the developmental goal of people may be conflicting in nature and prove destructive for others. Now, sometimes it is also seen that something is good for that person, but something is not good for another person. For example, construction of dam could be development goal for the industries, but it is a conflicting goal as it would affect the lives of the people living in that area, as the local people may get displaced and their livelihood may get disturbed. Now, for the construction of dams, the industrious people has lots of benefit. They can earn lots of money, but the people who were living over there, they face lots of problem. So, this is the conflicting in nature and destructive for others also. Now, another topic is income and other goals. This is also very important in our life. Now, what is the difference between material goals and non-material goals? Material goals means money. With the help of money, we can purchase many things in our life. And non-material goals, the things which cannot purchase with the help of money. For an example, freedom, equal treatment, respect, security, etc. All these things we can't purchase with the help of money. We can buy the material goals, whereas we cannot buy the non-material goals. Now, we can buy many things with the help of the money, but we cannot purchase freedom, equality, respect, all these things we can't purchase with the help of money. So, the non-material things cannot be ignored from our life. Now, we cannot remove that with the help of money we can't purchase these things, so we should remove it from our life. No, it is not possible. This is also very important in our life. For development, people look at mixture of goals, which means we need both material good goals. For the development, people looks at mixture of goals, which means we need both material goals and non-material goals. Now, for any kind of development, we need both the things, that is material and non-materials. Mixture of goal gives us real picture of development. Now, mix of goals, that is when the material and non-material both mix together, then it gives the real picture of the development. Then at any place, development takes place. For an example, before accepting a job, we look at both the salary and the other facilities provided by the employer. Now, this comes in the mix of goals. For an example, if you go for any kind of job, we will see salary also, what kind of facilities they are giving to us, what is the environment, how far it is from our home, what is the casual leaves, what are the holidays, everything we will see before accepting the job. Now we will talk about the condition of women in the mixed goal, that now females are also doing lots of work in the society and they are also earning the money. Now it is true that if women are engaged in paid work, their dignity in the household and society increases. Now if any female is doing work, she is earning the money at home as well as in the society. At both the places she got lots of respect. Why? Because she is earning the money. Before doing any kind of job or business, she also sees that what is the place, what is the security, what is the work over there, how many hours she has to do the work, then only she will accept the job. Now we will talk on national development. Now national development means that it is talking for whole of the nation, not only for one person, it is talking for whole of the nation. If government or national development we will take place, then it will talk for whole of the country, not for any individual person. Different people have different notion of the development for a country. Now in this also different people has different type of goals and different type of development takes place. It may be conflicting also. Sometimes it become conflicting also, that at some place if government is doing any kind of work, then their local people start making noise that why you are doing this work, at this place we are doing some another work. So sometimes government also face all these problems. Before finalizing the developmental goal for a country, we have to see that which goal would provide benefit to the maximum number of the people in the country and what should be the just and fair path for implementing such goals. Now, before finalizing any kind of work in the national development, they will see that how many people get benefit from this, how much people get engaged in work, how many people got salary or unemployment will be reduced. So this is the national development. They will think for whole of the nation. How we compare different countries or state? Now, how we can compare that this country is rich country, this state is rich state, this state is poor state? How we can do this comparison? We should use different parameter or alternatives for comparison depending upon the purpose of comparison. Now we will see that what kind of parameter, different parameters we are using, what kind of comparison we are doing in the state or in the country. So for an example, I will take that in a class many student is there, but I have to select only one student who is studious. So what I will do for that? I will take test or examination. In that examination, the child who scores good number, that child is the studious person. Now, how I have checked this? That this child is a studious person with the help of the examination. So this is the parameter that with the help of the examination, I identify that this child is good in studies. I have not seen their health, height, anything. Only I have seen the test, that how much number that child has scored. There are three important criteria used for the comparison for the countries in the world. Now how we can do the comparison in the world? That is three criteria we have made, that is total income, per capita income and UNDP criteria. With the help of these three criteria, we can tell that this country is a developed country, this country is developing country. Now what is total income? How we can say that in this country what is the total income of that? It can be defined as the income of all the people. Now all the people means working people. In our country, the working people, how many working people are doing the work, how much income they are earning, that is the total income of the country. Then how we will take out the per capita income? Then it is also known as the average income also. So another name of per capita is average income. Now it is defined as the total income of the country divided by the population. How we can take out? We will take out total income divided by total population. Then we will take out the per capita income of that country. Now how UNDP takes out the criteria? What is the meaning of UNDP? UNDP stands for United Nations Development Program. Now this is the full form of UNDP. UNDP use the criteria like the per capita income. Now this is the parameter that they have made: per capita income, health and status, and educational levels. They have also made these three levels for checking that country, that which country is a developed country or which country is a developing country. Under the health status parameter like the expectancy, etc. Now if they are checking for the health, they will go for the life expectancy, means that how much people's age they are living, how many child is taking birth during that time, and they are surviving also. So this is the health status. Now under the educational level, the parameters like literacy rate. Now afterwards they will check with the help of the educational level, means that they will see that in this country how many students are taking education, what is their qualification, how much they are progressing in education. So this is the educational level that UNDP checks with the help of these three parameters. Now income is also an important criteria for comparing the countries because it helps in fulfilling the greater demands of the people. Higher income countries are more developed than the lower income countries. Now income is also very important. At some countries or at some place we will see that income is very higher. If income is higher, it means that country is a developed country. If income is low or average, it means that country is developing country. So this is very important that we should always take care of the income. If income is very good, then that area is the developed place or developed country. So this is the things that I have explained to you. You write all the things in your notes copy and learn it also.